everyone, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. Today we are going to discuss yet another very interesting topic from the subject cosmetics and cosmeceuticals, and that is lipsticks. Yes, it is one of the most interesting area as far as the cosmetic subject is concerned. So let us see what is in the lipsticks, how are the lipsticks formulated, how are the lipsticks evaluated, and what are the areas to be noted and understand in case of the lipsticks. Lipsticks are the one of the vibrant cosmetic material used worldwide, and it is one of the best, most common key ingredient of the subject cosmetics and cosmeceuticals. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates, and also please like and share, and also please provide your views in the comment box. So friends, what is a lipstick? Lipstick is a cosmetic preparation which is used to give an attractive color, glossy appearance and moist appearance to the lips. So they are basically dispersions of the coloring matter in a base having blends of the oil, waxes and suitably perfumed molded in the form of a lipsticks. So lipsticks basically comprises of waxes, oils, perfumes, fragrances and other substances, and ultimately formed in the form of a tube-like structure known as the stick, and formulated and then labeled and packed as per the requirements. So what are the ideal characteristics as far as the lipsticks is concerned? So if we take any sort of the lipsticks, there are a few expectations from the consumer when they are purchasing the lipsticks. First is about the appearance. It should have a smooth appearance with a uniform color, and moreover it should be free from the defects. You must have seen that various lipsticks have different sort of the grittiness or like pore fillings. Now they actually depends on the type of the company, type of the formulation it is being done, and the overall appearance actually promotes its marketing strategies. So it an ideal lipstick is actually should have the smooth surface, it should be free from the defects, it should be stable as according to its shelf life. It should not degrade in its shelf life period, it should not melt down, it should remain it should be able to maintain its integrity, it should be dermatologically safe, non-toxic and non-irritant, it should provide a stable and smooth color to the lips, it should not be excessive greasy or tacky, it should not melt at high temperatures, so that it remains stable during its shelf life, it should have a clean and smooth while it is being applied. So the application part should be clean and smooth so that it is having good feeling while application, and moreover the overall appearance, the overall formulation strategies should be in such a way that it should not contain any sort of the defects, which we are going to discuss further. So how does the lipsticks work? Lipsticks are basically made of the hydrophobic materials. So when the solid formula is applied to the lip surface, friction melts it briefly and allow for the transfer. So the material cools and reforms, creating a film that sticks to the surface due to the hydrophobic interactions. So what is most important in the case of the lipsticks are the colors. You must have seen nowadays there are large number of shades, large number of colors which are available for vividly different types of the lipsticks. So color is a key ingredient of the lipstick. It gives an impression on the lip surfaces. Silicones and the oily materials are also added to reflect light and provide shine. You must have seen the different types of the lipsticks like shimmering lipsticks, glittery lipsticks or like matte lipsticks. So they all depends on the type of the material they are composed of. Now silicones have a, and other oily materials provide the greasiness. So extra shine is being provided which actually reflects light and provides that shine. So this is the most prevalent form of the lipsticks were the red lipsticks, and they contained a chemical substance known as the caramine. So they are basically composed of waxes and oils, different sorts of the pigments and dyes and other compounds. So you can see chemically they contain a lot of ingredients, and one has to be ensured that it has to be dermatologically safe and checked out before purchasing any sort of the lipsticks. Okay. So when as far as the, let us try to understand the formulation part of the lipsticks. So lipstick is basically composed of these ingredients. As I've discussed, first most important is the wax ingredient, oily part, bromo mixtures. It is specifically related to the lipsticks. Then colors and preservatives and fragrances. So what is this wax mixture? Wax is used to provide the hardness and glossiness to the lipsticks. It depends on the characteristic and the quantity of the waxes used. So a mixture having waxes of different melting points is generally used for the formulation of the lipsticks. Examples of the waxes are like white beeswax, cadila wax, carnauba wax, ozocarite wax, saracen wax, and cetyl alcohol. Then comes the most important part, that is oils. So it comprises of a mixture of oils which is used to blend the waxes properly. It also provides a suitable film on the lips. So you can see large number of oils are used like castor oil, paraffin oils, myristate, isopropyl myristate, and other types of the palmitate and butyl stearate oils. So wide number of oils are available these days along with the wax mixture. They are being melted out by these oils. So actually it provides an ideal mixture in which provides the product having good spreadability and produces a thin film with a good covering over the lips. Now the third important ingredient in the case of the lipsticks is the bromo mixtures. Now what are these bromo mixtures? Bromo mixtures are basically the solution of the dye stuff in a fatty material so that the dye stuff remain in the solution. So what is this dye stuff? Consists of fluorescence, halogenated fluorescence, and other water insoluble dyes. So generally 2 to 3% of the bromo acids is issued in castor oil and butyl stearate mixture. So you can see bromo acids are basically of the two types. They are providing actually to the coloring ingredient to the lipsticks. Though they are also known as bromo acids. Why? Because they are at least present in the concentration range of 2 to 3% in castor oil and butyl stearate mixture. So what are bromo acids? It is a combination of the dyes like fluorescence, halogenated fluorescence in combinations with the oils like castor oil and butyl stearate mixture. The overall mixture provides the pigment to the lips. So bromo acids are basically of the two types. First, which are red and gives a red or reddish blue stains. You must have seen the red and other shades like similar shades. And second, which are able to provide the orange, red, and gives a pink to yellowish pink satin ranges. So these shades, on the basis of the difference of these shades, they are being segregated into two types. First providing the red stains and second providing the yellowish to pinkish stain. Now the colors. Now these are the agents which provide the desired color to the lipsticks. So the color is given in two ways. By staining the skin with a solution of dye stuff which penetrate the outer layer of the lip skin, and it is provided with soluble dyes because soluble dyes are better absorbed, or by covering the lips with a colored layer which hide the skin roughness and gives it a smooth appearance. So it is provided by the insoluble dyes and pigments. So you can see there are two types, soluble dyes and insoluble dyes. So modern lipsticks has both the types, soluble as well as the insoluble. Soluble to provide the distinctive color, and second, insoluble dyes to provide a smooth layer and to hide out the skin roughness or the and is able to provide the smooth appearance. So the colors are certified and should be approved from the as per the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. You cannot use any sort of the color. The color should be safe and permitted by the DNC Act, which can be categorized into two types. First are the soluble dyes or staining dyes, and second are the insoluble dyes. So soluble dyes refers to like substances like fluorescence, eosin, and halogenated fluorescence, like we discussed in the bromo mixtures, etc., which are used for staining the dyes. And second are the insoluble dyes. So insoluble dyes comprises of calcium, barium, strontium, lakes. Lakes are basically pigments which refers to the colors which are used in the formulation of the lipsticks. So these are found in powder form and is used in 10 to 15% concentration depending on the shade and opacity of the film. Next comes the preservatives. Now, preservatives are the substances which are being added to the formulation to prevent the growth of the microbes in the lipsticks. So, basically, preservatives like propyl parabens, ethyl parabens, butyl parabens are generally added in the range of 0.2% or 0.1%, which may they are being limited in the concentration because otherwise they cause the burning sensation on the lips and may even lead to the allergic reaction. So they have to be permitted within a stipulated range. So preservatives basically prevents the prevention of the microbes, and they have to be added in the desired concentration ranges. The next component is the perfumes. They are added to mask the odor of the fatty or wax material, as well as to give the attractive flavor to the lipsticks. So these are added in concentration of 2 to 4%. Floral, light, spicy perfumes are generally used in the lipsticks. Now the perfumes used should be stable and compatible with other ingredients on the lipsticks. Next important substances which are added in lipsticks are the antioxidants. Now these are the substances which are added to prevent the rancidification of the oily or fatty material during storage. So what happens when it is being stored for a prolonged period of the time, that it gets degraded. It gets the foul smell due to the rancification activity. So for example, antioxidants are added like butylated hydroxyanisole, BHA, propyl gallate, citric acid, etc. Next important ingredient is the surfactants. Now they are added to for having the wetting and stabilizing the dispersion of insoluble pigments in the base. So other substances which are added like added fats like petroleum, jelly, lanolin, paraffin oils, cacao butter, which are being used nowadays in the formulation of various lip preparations. And they also provide emollient and lubricating effects. So now you can understand that lipstick is not made up of single substance. It is being formulated with a number of substances, waxes, oils, promo mixtures, perfumes, antioxidants, flavoring agents, and other petroleum jellies. So they are being composed in such a way that they contain each and every ingredient added into the lip formulation should be stable. It should be prescribed in within the prescribed limit as per by the Drug and Cosmetic Acts. It should be remain stable throughout its shelf life. So you have to memorize at least 2 to 3 examples into each categories. So this is just an example of the percentage composition analysis for the formulation of lipsticks. For example, beeswax are generally used in the concentration range of 15%, fats into the range of 75%. These oils are used within the range of 5%, color extracts in 1%, glycerin in 1%, color extracts in 4%, rose essence as per the requirements. So they are able to provide these important characteristics like beeswax provide the glossiness and hardiness. Vegetable oil provides the antioxidant effects, blending effect. They help in the blending actually. So they each of them is providing a unique feature, and they are added into the formulation to have a consistent lipstick product formulation. Now this is just an example of the different sets of the waxes, oils, substances being used, pigments being used into the lipsticks. For example, carnauba wax, cadila wax, they contain a mixture of the waxes because they want to have the different melting points. Otherwise what will happen if you use the single wax, it would melt out fast. If you have the variable, at least other wax would prevent the melting point, and it will not be into a liquid form immediately. Other substances like lanolin, castor oil, isopropyl myristate, halogenated fluorescein, which is actually the coloring part, lake colors, preservatives, perfumes for providing the enhancing flavoring agents and aesthetic appearance to the lipsticks. Now let us go to the manufacturing of the lipstick. So manufacturing the lipsticks is a simple process whereby there are hardly 3 to 4 steps which needs to be followed. First is the color grinding and dispersion. Now why we need to have the proper color grinding, because we don't want to get any sort of the grittiness feeling when it is being applied, and it should have a smooth dispersions since it comprises of both the ingredients like soluble dyes, insoluble dyes. Second process is the mixing part. Third is the molding. Molding is the process whereby the liquid is being added and solidified at the required temperature into the molded, already molded patterns of lipsticks, sticks formation. So they are being, you can see in the image itself also, like here you can see sticks is there. So it is being molded into that, and then the flaming activity to get it out of the molds. So first the raw materials like solvents, oils, waxy materials are melted in a separate stainless steel container. The solvents and oils are mixed with color pigments. Then the mixture is passed through a roller miller grinding the pigments to avoid any grainy feeling or gritty feeling. And after the pigment mass is being grounded, it is mixed and added to hot wax until uniform color and consistency is being obtained. So the process is not that much complex. It's a simple process of grinding the coloring part and then mixing all the substances uniformly and properly till a desired consistency is being formed. Then comes the operation molding. So once the lipstick mass is mixed and free of air, it is ready to be poured into the tubes. So the melted mass is dispensed into mold, which consists of bottom portion of the metal and shaping the tube-like structure. So lipstick mass is being poured upside down so that the bottom of the tube is at the top of the mold, and any excess material is being scraped out. So the lipstick is cooled down then later and separated from the mold, and bottom of the tube is sealed. So the lipstick is passed through the flaming test to seal the pinholes and to give it a finish to the finalized product. So flaming activity is very important in the case of lipsticks to get it into a final finished form. So this is the manufacturing process whereby the different waxes, different oils are being melted down, then they are being finally grinded down after the addition of the coloring agents, and a uniform mixture is being obtained on an industrial scale. So you can see the process here of the molding part, and after molding, the flaming part. After that comes the packaging part. So now we have formulated, we have manufactured the lipsticks. Now the important evaluation, which is the evaluation criteria of the lipsticks. We have manufactured the lipsticks. Now we need to check the lipstick whether it is as per the desired expectation or not. So we need to perform a number of tests to evaluate these standards. So although there are n number of tests, but I am here discussing the few major important tests, like color match test. Second is the breaking point test. Third is the softening point test. Fourth is the droop point test. Next is the test for penetrability. Next is the test for the force of application. Next is the perfume stability test. So let us discuss them one by one. So melting point determination test is the test whereby you are actually seeing the temperature at which the lipstick is being melted down, noting down the temperature, and so if it is meeting the desired expectation or not. Then the breaking point test, you are actually applying pressure on one side of the lipstick and seeing the breakdown point, at how much pressure it is being able to bear. So this is known as the breaking point test. Third is the thixotropic character test, whereby you are actually applying and seeing the viscosity behavior of the lipsticks. Then another test are the aging stability test. You are keeping it for the desired shelf life period and checking them continuously over the stipulated period of time to check whether any sort of rancidity is being observed or not, or like it remains stable during its shelf life or not. Another test is like solubility test and surface defect test. These tests are being done to check the surface anomalies, any sort of the pinhole structures or like surface roughness is there. It should be remain intact in its smooth forms. And skin irritation tests are also done sometimes to check whether it is causing any sort of irritation to the skin or not. These tests are done on the animals, and the stability tests are very important to check whether it remains stable throughout its shelf life or not. Now, apart from that, there are few defects, like we discussed in other dosage form, few defects which are being associated with the lipsticks, like sweating. It is caused due to the high oil content or inferior oil binding. Second is the bleeding. It refers to the separation of colored lipsticks from the waxy bases. Blooming, due to the higher percentage of cetyl alcohol. Streaking, it is expected by cause due to the titanium dioxide. So these are the terms you must have: sweating, bleeding, blooming, streaking. And other types of the problems which are being associated is the laddering. It is the defect in which the lipsticks does not look smooth or homogeneous, laddering effect. Deformation, it is noticeable in softer formulation. The lipstick is not that much hard. Then cratering, it shows up the flaming when stick develops dimples. So cratering is like craters, presence of craters on the surface of the lips. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this is going to help my pharmacy student about the formulation aspects, manufacturing aspects, and evaluation aspects of the lipsticks. Please do subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia. Also, please provide your views in the comment box. In case you feel any difficulty in any sort of the topic, you can definitely take the help from writing in the comment box. Thank you so much, everyone.